Hey there, welcome to my Friday Facebook Live. This is Melissa Benaroya, and today I'm going to answer a few questions. I actually got these two questions a few times this week, so I thought, you know what, if I heard them at least twice this week, many of you probably have these same questions. So I'm going to talk about concerns about, is my child ready for school? Thinking about moving from a small, maybe preschool setting to going to public school or going to a private school, and what that's like and what our children need to be prepared and successful. And also talking about social dynamics and interactions between young kids, especially those when somebody's being left out or being called names by others. So definitely going to cover those. I do want to start off by, first of all, thanking all of you that showed up for our Keep Calm Challenge this week. It was amazing. We had about 300 people, and a handful of you were committed to your practices, and I'm going to be drawing a name tomorrow and announcing it on Sunday for that free emotion coaching course or $100 gift certificate to a Childproof parenting course. So hang tight. I will be sure to share the winner's name with you. I also want to let you know before I forget, which I probably will forget, is that I am going to be offering a few free webinars. It's actually the same webinar. It's called Preventing Power Struggles, Parenting with Confidence. And I'm offering it, the same live one, on 2 different days. So one on the 29th of January at 10 a.m. and one on the 30th at 8 p.m. And that's Pacific Standard Time. So I want to make sure I offer it at different times of the day because I know you all live in different time zones. So I hope that you will join me. I'll make sure there's a link below in case you want to sign up for one of those free webinars. I also want to let you know one more thing before we jump into answering questions, that I'm going to be opening up the Childproof parenting course again, specifically for toddlers and preschoolers. And I know many of you are like, when is the school age kids going to be ready? It will be, but my focus right now is making sure that I support enough of these parents of young kids so that way I can come back and circle back with those of you that have school age children. So be on the lookout. That enrollment is going to be opening up in the next week, so keep your eyes peeled. All right, so getting down to business, let's talk about the first question about, is my child going to be ready for school? A few things I want to know. Number one, preschool, before they go to kindergarten, preschool, or pre-K, whatever you may call it. Back in the day, my parents called it nursery school. I don't know if anybody calls it nursery school anymore. My mom still calls it that. But the focus of that period of time in our children's life needs to be one thing, and their focus needs to be play. They need the space, the time, the ability to control play. And the reason they need to control play is because it provides so many opportunities to build confidence, to build math skills, to interact with others, be creative. There's so many benefits to play. But what I would say is, through this space of play, especially in a social setting, kids build their social emotional skills. And those are the skills that your child needs when they go to school, okay? The social emotional skills, research has shown, provide a space, a place, a foundation for your child to be successful throughout their academic career. So they do not need to focus on academics before they get to school. It is lovely when they can count to 10 and say the alphabet and maybe write their name, but beyond that, your child should not be doing Kumon. They should not be able to add. They do not need to be doing any of those things. They need to be able to learn to be a good friend and listen and stand in line and to be able to sit on a carpet for more than 10 minutes. Those are the really important skills your child will need going into kindergarten. So I know there tends to be a lot of angst and fear and confusion around, what do I need to do and what's the right thing? Leave your aspirations for Harvard Business School at the side. If that is your aspiration, great. Focus on their social emotional. Academic is not going to be in their best interest right now. So I can't say that enough. I cannot write that enough. I cannot share that enough. But I just want you to take a deep breath and know that if you are creating the space and giving your child opportunities to develop social relationships and build their emotional skills, the ability to recognize how they're feeling, verbalize how they're feeling, and problem solve, they are going to do wonderfully. Okay? So I just want to alleviate some of that fear and concern and anxiety when you're thinking about your young child going to kindergarten and wanting them to be prepared. The second question I got was also for parents of young kids, and actually applies at all ages, but I've had several parents this week of 3 and 4 year olds come to me with concerns that some social dynamics are of concern. So either their child is being left out, told they can't play with another child or a group of children, or maybe they're being called names. And the nice thing is when your child's young, many times you are there. So you can witness the dynamics. You can step in and coach if you need to. You're really aware of what actually happened. Going into a space like preschool or kindergarten or at any age school, you're not going to be able to be there. So what your child really needs you to do is not step in and tell the friends that they need to play with everybody. You need to spend some time with your child coaching them on what they can do and say when those situations happen, because they're going to happen. They've happened to all of us. And young kids are experimenting. They are trying to figure out how social relationships work. And they want to feel a sense of power and control. And sometimes they use relationships to feel powerful and control. So being mindful that we can't stop what another child says to our child. We can't force them to play with our child, but we can empower our child and help build their confidence in how to manage these situations. And sometimes it's just advocating for themselves. Sometimes it's letting them know there's other options. So I just want you to be focused on your own child. We've got to really focus on the things that we can control and the things we can change, and we can't change those other kiddos. But what we can change is how our child functions and manages those things. And I would say if this comes up in a school setting, please talk to the teacher, because they're going to be able to share greater detail about what's been going on and provide you some ideas of what you can do with your child and also how your child has responded. So many times children that complain about these things are often contributors to this problem as well. So just being mindful that if you can get as much information from those around, and letting your teacher know that your child may be struggling and may need some help. So that might be an opportunity to get some support if you're not there to help them. All right, so I just wanted to make sure I answered those questions for those of you that asked it this week, and share it with others that may have those same concerns. I, once again, would love to see you at the Preventing Power Struggles webinars coming up on January 29th and 30th. You can sign up. It's free. It's live. You and I will be able to talk. I have lots of great information. I'm going to try to pack in as much as I possibly can. So please jump in there. Once again, I offered it twice. So that way, just depending on where you are or what your schedule looks like, hopefully you can show up live. I think you just get a lot more out of it when you're there live and you and I can interact. So be on the lookout for that. And also, the Childproof Parenting course will be opening up this week for a short period of time. And this is probably the last time I'm going to teach it for another 6 to 10 months. I've got some other things I'm going to be working on. So I want to make sure everybody gets the support they need through this course. It's kind of the all-encompassing course of addressing all challenges. We will go into great detail about your relationships, your self-care, discipline, emotion coaching, child development. We're going to cover it all. It's a lot. And that's the feedback I've gotten, is it's a lot. So I will make sure I cover everything that you're concerned about and you want to know about, so that way you feel empowered and confident in working with your child and building the relationship that you want to have with them as well. All right, I am going to be signing off. Please feel free to send in questions. It just so happens those questions came from parents that I work with one-on-one, but I'd love to be able to answer your question as well. So feel free to leave it in the comments below, or you can email me at melissa@childproofparenting.com, and I will often write a blog post in response to your question, or I will answer it here live on Fridays. So please be sure to pop in Fridays at noon. I will be here and I will make sure that I address any of your concerns. All right, everybody, thanks so much for showing up. I will be on the lookout for your questions, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care. Bye for now.